How can the first night of Nikah set the tone for a lifetime of love and blessings? How can the first night of Nikah set the tone for a lifetime of love and blessings? What if this special night is approached not just with excitement, but also with faith and purpose? The first night of Nikah is more than just a personal milestone. It's an opportunity to begin a marriage with Allah's blessings and guidance. This night carries the potential to establish the foundation for a lifetime of companionship, mutual love, and growth, guided by the principles set forth in Islam. If approached with thoughtfulness, it can truly set the tone for a marriage filled with tranquility, respect, and devotion. Let's explore some key practices and teachings from the Quran and Hadith that make this night spiritually uplifting and memorable. The first act, Salah together. One of the first acts a couple should perform in privacy is to pray 2 rakahs of Salah together. The importance of Salah cannot be overstated. It is the central act of worship in Islam, and the means by which a believer seeks closeness to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, encouraged prayer as a way to seek blessings and start the marriage on a strong spiritual foundation. In these 2 rakahs, the couple should dedicate their prayer to Allah, asking for His guidance, blessings, and protection as they embark on this new chapter of their lives together. The husband should lead the prayer, symbolizing his role as the leader of the household. This act of worship together is not only an expression of gratitude to Allah, but also a way to establish a shared commitment to faith and mutual responsibilities. The couple's unity in prayer signifies their desire to build a life based on Islamic values, respect, and piety. This shared spiritual moment helps to create a bond that transcends the worldly aspects of marriage and places it firmly within the framework of Allah's will. The blessing of the supplication. After Salah, the husband is encouraged to place his hand gently on the bride's forehead and recite the following supplication. O Allah, I ask you for the good in her, and the good that you have created in her, and I seek refuge in you from the evil in her, and the evil that you have created in her. Sunan Abu Dawud, 2160. This supplication highlights the importance of starting the marriage by seeking Allah's blessings and protection. It's a heartfelt reminder that marriage is a sacred bond entrusted to us by Allah, and it should begin with prayer for the well-being of both spouses. This supplication not only seeks Allah's blessings for the wife's goodness, but also asks for protection from any harm, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. The act of reciting this prayer before beginning their life together underscores the couple's awareness of the profound responsibility they hold in nurturing each other's well-being. The tradition of offering a drink or sweet dish. It is a sunnah to offer the wife something sweet or a drink, a tradition that carries deep significance in Islam. On his first night with Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, offered her a cup of milk. This simple yet meaningful gesture helped to create an atmosphere of comfort, ease, and affection, making the evening feel more relaxed and joyful. The offering of milk was not merely an act of hospitality. It was a symbol of nourishment, both physical and emotional, and an expression of care and gentleness. By offering her something to drink, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, demonstrated a thoughtful and considerate approach to marriage, establishing an environment where both partners felt at ease and cherished. Following this beautiful tradition, the husband can offer his wife a drink or a sweet dish on their first night together. The offering does not need to be extravagant or lavish. The gesture should come from the heart, reflecting thoughtfulness and attention to the well-being of the wife. It could be something as simple as a glass of water, a cup of milk, or even a date, small yet profound in their symbolism. The act of offering such a gesture allows the couple to break the ice and build an initial bond, helping to reduce any nervousness or tension that might arise in such a momentous and intimate occasion. This small act of kindness sets a tone of care, gentleness, and generosity, making the wife feel appreciated and cared for. Furthermore, this gesture is a reminder that marriage in Islam is not only about physical union, but also about emotional nourishment and the strengthening of the spiritual and emotional connection between spouses. Offering a drink or a sweet dish is a symbol of the husband's desire to nurture not just the physical needs of his wife, but also her emotional and psychological well-being. It is a way of showing that the husband recognizes the importance of creating a safe, warm, and loving environment where both partners can thrive together. This thoughtful act promotes a sense of warmth, affection, and mutual care, helping to foster a deeper connection between the couple. In addition, by beginning their married life with such an act of kindness and thoughtfulness, the couple sets a foundation for their relationship based on consideration, respect, and understanding. It reinforces the idea that marriage is a partnership of love, compassion, and shared responsibilities. This thoughtful gesture not only builds a positive start for their life together, but also serves as a gentle reminder that even in the small acts of life, there is beauty, love, and care to be found. Building emotional comfort communication. The first night is an ideal time for the couple to talk and get to know each other better. Mutual understanding begins with meaningful conversations. Marriage is not just about physical intimacy, but also emotional connection. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, emphasized kindness and open communication in all relationships, especially in marriage. This time together should be used to share thoughts, feelings, and aspirations. Building emotional comfort is key, particularly in arranged marriages where the couple may not know each other well. It is essential to use this time to establish a bond of trust. Marriage in Islam is not merely a contract, but a partnership based on love, respect, and shared goals. When a couple communicates openly, they begin to understand each other's values, priorities, and personalities. Trust and love are nurtured through honest and respectful dialogue. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, often engaged in conversations with his wives, showing that communication is vital in fostering understanding and affection. Intimacy with respect and comfort. Intimacy is a natural part of marriage, but it should always occur with mutual agreement and comfort. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught a supplication for couples before engaging in intimacy. In the name of Allah, O Allah, protect us from Satan and keep Satan away from what you provide us offspring. Sahih al-Bukhari 141. This supplication is a reminder that the act of intimacy should be sanctified by invoking Allah's name and seeking His protection. It emphasizes the idea that all aspects of marriage, including physical intimacy, should be conducted with a sense of respect and mindfulness. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, encouraged Muslims to remember Allah in all actions, even in moments of physical intimacy. It's also important to note that intimacy is not obligatory on the first night. Couples should proceed only when both feel comfortable. The first night is not a time for pressure or expectations. Instead, it should be a time of mutual comfort and consent. The focus should always be on kindness and mutual satisfaction. A marriage built on understanding, love, and patience will lead to a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. Guidelines for physical intimacy. Islam sets clear boundaries for physical intimacy to maintain purity and respect within the marital relationship. The Quran provides specific guidelines regarding intimacy. And they ask you about menstruation. Say, it is haram. So keep away from women during menstruation and do not approach them until they are pure. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:22. This verse makes it clear that intimacy should only take place during times of purity, and approaching intimacy during menstruation or postnatal bleeding is forbidden. This is to ensure that both partners are physically and emotionally prepared for intimacy, and it also serves to honor the sanctity of the marriage bond. Additionally, approaching intercourse through the anus is strictly forbidden in Islam. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Allah will not look at a man who approaches his wife in her anus. Sunan al-Tirmidhi 1165. These guidelines emphasize that love and affection can be expressed in many ways while respecting the limits set by Allah. The sanctity of marital intimacy is protected by the teachings of Islam, and any form of intimacy that violates these principles should be avoided. Couples are encouraged to express love and affection in ways that are pure, respectful, and in accordance with Islamic teachings. Privacy and the sanctity of marriage. One of the most important teachings of Islam regarding marriage is the protection of privacy. Marriage is a sacred bond, and within that bond, the couple shares intimate moments and personal experiences that are meant to remain confidential between them. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, strongly emphasized the importance of safeguarding the privacy of marital relations. He warned against disclosing intimate details of one's relationship with others, emphasizing the sanctity and personal nature of this bond. He said, "Among the worst of people in the sight of Allah on the day of judgment is a man who consorts with his wife, and then he or she discloses their intimate secrets to others." Sahih Muslim 1437. This hadith serves as a clear and powerful reminder that the privacy of the marital relationship is of utmost importance in Islam. The act of sharing private details, particularly regarding intimacy, is not only discouraged, but is considered a grave sin in Islam. The couple's intimate relationship is a trust between them and Allah, and breaching that trust by sharing personal matters with others violates the sanctity of the relationship. This teaching underscores the need for maintaining mutual respect and trust within the marriage, as the relationship between a husband and wife is meant to be a safe haven, one where both partners can find comfort, support, and love without fear of judgment or external interference. In Islam, intimacy is not merely a physical act. It is a deeply personal and spiritual experience that should be cherished and protected. When a couple shares moments of intimacy, it is not just for physical gratification, but also for emotional connection and the strengthening of their bond. Therefore, the act of sharing intimate secrets with others undermines the trust between spouses and violates the privacy that Allah has granted them. It is a reminder that every action within marriage, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, should be approached with respect and mindfulness, keeping the relationship protected from the negative influences of society or external parties. In modern times, cultural pressures often create unnecessary expectations about what should happen on the first night of marriage, or what couples should or shouldn't share with others. However, Islam provides guidance that prioritizes the comfort, mutual understanding, and spiritual growth of the couple over any societal norms or expectations. The first night of Nikah is not meant to be an event driven by external pressures or comparisons or what others may expect. Rather, it should be a time for the couple to establish their own unique bond, one based on trust, patience, and respect. It's a time for the couple to nurture their relationship with Allah and to focus on their mutual love and faith, rather than succumbing to the expectations of the outside world. The first night of Nikah is an opportunity to lay the foundation for a marriage that is built on trust, faith, love, and the guidance of Allah. By following the practices and teachings of the Quran and Hadith, couples can ensure that their relationship begins with Allah's blessings and guidance. This foundation sets the tone for the growth of a marriage that will continue to flourish with mutual respect, understanding, and support for one another. It is essential to remember that the first night is just the beginning of a lifelong journey. Marriage requires ongoing effort, patience, and a continuous commitment to making Allah at the center of the relationship. A successful marriage is not simply about physical closeness or the fulfillment of social expectations. It is about building a life together that aligns with the principles of Islam. A successful marriage requires patience in times of difficulty, love in times of joy, and steadfastness in times of challenge. Both partners must continually work to strengthen their relationship with each other and with Allah. By doing so, the marriage will be blessed with tranquility, growth, and lasting happiness. The couple must always strive to adhere to the teachings of Islam, keeping the sanctity of their relationship at the forefront of their lives, and ensuring that their marriage remains a source of blessing for both themselves and their families. The first night of Nikah is a momentous occasion that holds great significance in Islam. It is not simply a personal celebration, but a spiritually important time for a couple to begin their journey of marriage with faith, love, and devotion. By following the guidance provided by the Quran and Hadith, couples can start their marriage on the right foot, with a focus on mutual respect, understanding, and commitment to the principles of Islam. The supplications, acts of kindness, and mutual communication that are emphasized in the early stages of marriage help to create a relationship that is founded on solid ground, filled with blessings and growth. As the couple continues their journey together, they will build a life that honors their faith, their commitment to each other, and their devotion to Allah's will.